Ladies and gentlemen, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of inspiration and realness. Also, this is the YouTube channel vlog show of positivity, personality, and fun. This is Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977, and now the perpetrator of these shenanigans, Big Beefy E himself from his Big Beefy Man Cave in New Bedford, Massachusetts, Mr. Shenanigans himself, and the two-time Chilling 3000 2022 End of the Year Awards winner, Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's episode 839 of the show. And it's September the 2nd, 2023, 11:31 p.m. We're about to finish things up. Right now, we're going to talk about what happened at AEW Collision. Now, there's some huge news coming out of AEW that CM Punk has officially been fired by AEW. There was a lot of controversy behind that firing because of what happened at All In, and Tony Khan felt like he did what he had to do. And a lot of people not liking that decision. A lot of people are upset about it. And some people say, oh, Punk did it to himself. And then there's what some people said Punk did it to himself. But there's some people who are taking the side of the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. And a lot of people, you know, a lot of people think that CM Punk, actually, there's some people that are taking the side of CM Punk, saying it's the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, it's their fault, it's Tony Khan's fault, and there's some people that are taking the side of Omega and the Bucks, the Elite, and the management over at AEW, saying that CM Punk brought this upon himself. He shouldn't have. There's lots of stories come out of this situation, I have to say, and unfortunately, it happens. So hopefully, this does not hurt AEW in the long run, because it might end up doing that. But business-wise, it was a mistake on Tony Khan's part. But we shall see what comes out of that situation officially. Is there's rumors if he's going back? I don't know if CM Punk's going back to the WWE. I really don't know. Because WWE's got a lot going on themselves, so I don't think they'll be ready to have CM Punk back. In my opinion, I think wait till next year for everything to settle down. Because we only got 3 more months left of this year, because we just started September. Tony Schiavone interviewed Ricky Starks. So Ricky, he says he'll challenge Ricky Steamboat for a strap match. So Ricky Steamboat got the contract in hand, and he says, well, there's a match against the Dragon, so Ricky Starks thinking that meant because Ricky Starks thinking, oh, it's Steamboat, he'll sign it. So he signs it. Ricky Steamboat goes, you're not facing me, you're facing this guy, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. So Bryan Danielson decided. So it seems like to me, I think that AEW is going to be okay. You got Bryan Danielson, another draw in there. So this is an interesting situation, to say the least. So at All Out, the strap match between Bryan Danielson and Ricky Starks, and knowing that Ricky Starks may end up losing that match because he was expecting to face Ricky Steamboat. So Jon Moxley cut a promo on Orange Cassidy, how he's going to beat Orange Cassidy for the international title. The trios titles were on the line. The Acclaimed against 2.0, that's Cool Hand Angelo Parker and Daddy Magic Matt Menard, along with Daniel Garcia. And Jake Hager's backing them up. Seems like the Jericho Appreciation Society is, in together. One could be the new Inner Circle. I don't know. But the Acclaimed retained the title over the trios titles. Retained the titles over the former Jericho Appreciation Society members. Lexi Nair interviewed the Dark Order, and they're dressing all out. They're challenging MJF and Adam Cole for the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles. Meanwhile, the team of Nick Wayne and Commander took on the Aussie Open. Aussie Open ended up being the victory, and Tony Schiavone interviewed Nick Wayne. Talking about his frustrations of loss. Darby Allin interrupts him, but then Christian Cage both interrupt Darby Allin and Nick Wayne. And possibly addressing the title match at All Out, where Luchasaurus defends the title against Darby Allin. Claudio Castagnoli beats up Wheeler Yuta as a form of motivation while addressing Eddie Kingston. And Eddie Kingston and Katsuyori Shibata kind of responded to what Claudio Castagnoli had to say about their upcoming tag team match tomorrow night. Lexi Nair interviewed two of the three outcasts, as Saraya and Ruby Soho were there. And, Lexi Nair goes, "Where's Toni Storm? Is she okay?" And then Ruby Soho claims that Toni Storm was half naked throwing shoes at pigeons. I don't know. Tony Schiavone interviewed Dennis Rodman, as he returns to the United Center. Then Team Jarrett, Planet Jarrett, a.k.a. Team Slapnuts, interrupts Dennis Rodman, but as they were insulting Dennis Rodman, Sanjay Dutt started something. Rodman fights all of them off, and then the Acclaimed comes to Rodman's aid. And then they issued a challenge that, hey, we'll put the trios titles line against some of these three you chumps. They were talking about Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, and Satnam Singh. So they say fine. And then Samoa Joe cut a promo on Shane Taylor, and Samoa Joe claims that he will beat Shane Taylor to keep on being the longest reigning television champion. Women's trios match of Britt Baker, Chris Statlander, and the lovely and gorgeous former AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida to face the Outcast. That will be the team of new AEW Women's Champion Saraya, Ruby Soho, and former AEW Women's Champion, the lovely, the gorgeous, the curvaceous, the babylicious, illustrious Toni Storm. And Toni Storm did catch up with them, and then, despite the mishaps and all that, in the end, the Outcast did win the matchup over Britt Baker, Chris Statlander, and Hikaru Shida when Britt Baker was sprayed in the eyes by Ruby Soho. Adam Cole cut a promo on the Dark Order, and then MJF had some messages to say to it. Dark Order, a little bit insulting to the Dark Order. He says, I don't want to say that. He says, we'll see you at All Out. Powerhouse Hobbs took on GPA. Quick work. Powerhouse Hobbs wins. But Miro comes out and starts brawling with Powerhouse Hobbs, who escapes for the crowd in Chicago. Orange Cassidy responds to what Jon Moxley had to say and his own Orange Cassidy faction. And the main event, Dax Harwood, one half of the AEW Tag Team Champions, goes up against the leader of Bullet Club Gold, Jay White. Both fought to him. This was a great matchup, but Jay White ended up winning in the end. Bullet Club Gold does jump Cash Wheeler, but then the Young Bucks hop out FTR. But as the Young Bucks went to go extend their hands and shake, FTR turns their backs to them. And I'll tell you one thing, because of what happened to CM Punk, I think I don't blame FTR for doing so. So that is that. This is episode 839 of Eric Lima Shenanigans in 1977. Next up, it will be episode 840. We'll talk about Payback, the results from Payback, what just happened an hour ago. About a few minutes, over half an hour ago. So until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Lima speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E, doer for Bob Saget production, and in association with A Sweet Bofa Raving Dingleberries Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another great episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. Until the next episode, goodbye for now.